Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going?
Today we are doing the game with subscriber Q&A. And for the
Yay!
video we making their paintings.
Yay! 2-in-1. Yeah,
Yay.
we know how to optimize. So, we're gonna start with Variel's beautiful MS painting, which she has requested for a lurker from Know You're Dead.
No,
This,
you're dead animal.
no, you're dead. This is gonna be beautiful because we all know how beautiful Trip's artwork is.
Okay.
And while we watch Trip create his beautiful work, we are going to discuss the Q&A questions. And since we're doing Variel's painting first,
Let's make it graphic.
what? Oh. Please do not have a gutter mind while watching, as things. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna discuss Variel's question first, since we're doing her painting first. So her question was to me and Trip, and also while I'm on that topic, anyone who submits a question for their monthly Q&A can ask each of us a question. It can either be one question that's for both of us, or it can be a separate question for each of us. Like if you have one question for Trip, one question for me, or if you have a question that both of us can answer. So her question is to each of us, what is the first computer game you ever remember playing? So, Trip, do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so my first ever computer game that I ever remember playing is Oregon Trail 2, to be specific, because I remember I liked the game so much because we had it at school on the computers, and I really liked it, so I begged my mom to buy the disc so we could play it at my house. And I remember liking it more than the first one because, of course, everyone likes the first one, but the second one was like amazing graphics by comparison because instead of like having little moving wagon picture like the first one had, it was like I think they were still drawn, but it was like hand drawn pictures of people, so they looked a lot more realistic. So it's like, oh my god, this game looks amazing, even though there wasn't any like movement parts. Actually, that's a lie though, because the I remember when I was playing the mini games like hunting for food. They just used like a still drawn background of like scenery and then took what looked they just it looked like they just took pictures of the animals and made them move around across the screen. So it looked a lot better, but the actual animation wasn't really uh better. But that game was so much fun when I was little. Still like it now, but it was really fun, and uh that was like the first like disc computer game I ever played. If you're talking about what's the first like online computer game I ever played, that would be Neopets because I'm so cool.
For
And
school.
that was the first what are you trying to do there, Trey?
Hold on.
Trying to make a tongue
Yeah.
sticking out. Why
Yeah.
didn't you just draw it with red?
Get,
You could have just drawn the whole thing with red instead of trying to do white on black and black on. Don't you think that would have been easier?
no.
Alright, whatever you say.
Emma, look at me. I'm the artist.
Whatever you say. Anyway, so my first like online game when we had interwebs, which I played when we still had dial-up, was Neopet. That game was so addicting, and I'm so sad because I remember what my screen name was.
It's got a
Not
splitting
screen
headache.
name. Not screen name, but I remember what my username was. But because when you make it, it asks for a birthday and stuff. I don't remember what birthday I put in because I had to make it so that it was that I was old enough to play the game because I think you had to be like at least 13 to play.
What color hair should it have?
Um, whatever color. I like the other line to show the outer because that's like hair coming down the front, but where so that this underside of the hair here, that's the top.
Stop touching my monitor.
Sorry. I need to add a line so that.
Yes, Bobo hair. Oh yeah, I need to give it skin color.
There you go. Anyway, derailing my train of thought. First online game I ever played was Neopets because I am too cool for school. And yeah. It was very addicting. Don't remember what birthday I put in because I put a birthday that would make it so that I'm old enough to play the game because I think you had to be 13. Make it. I also don't remember what email was used, so I can't try to like recover the account. So yeah, they had a lot of stuff on that. Yeah, so those would be my first computer game I ever played was Oregon Trail 2, and then Neopets was like my first what do you call it? Online. So would you like to first trip on Earth? Oh, is that the other phone?
Oh, this is gonna look wrong.
No, that looks fine. Should put like some blood.
Lewd.
Put like some blood dripping
I'm
from it.
Get into it.
I thought that was like gonna have its arms side to side, not like both facing the same way. So I was confused first. If you wanna tell us what your first computer game was?
I don't remember the exact first computer. But I remember we had a computer when I was like 3 or 4. And I had a bunch of like little kid games. Like ones for Land Before Time. And I need a green.
Was it games that came like on a disc?
Yeah, they were on disc. So it was like I remember there was a Mickey Mouse paint thing that I used to use a lot. And no, where is it not
You
cut?
need to move it over a little more because that's what's being recorded.
Oh, where is it not shut?
Um,
Probably at the bottom.
yeah. There you go. There you go, Jim.
Here we go, Jam.
You need to color his neck too.
You good, Jam.
There you go, Jim. You're gonna draw a line to separate the teeth?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
I had
that
a bunch
was-
of different. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say I had a bunch of different games, kind of like that on disc. Like I had several of the different Oregon Trail games at different points, and I also had Where in the World is Carmen San Diego, and I also had some like some other similar games that I had like on the Oregon Trail games and stuff. I don't remember all of what other ones but those are my first games. And we were also going to throw in a little bonus of what me and Trip's first game we played together was.
My first like computer game, aside from like RuneScape, was probably WoW. When like I got a computer again and tried it, because I went out and I was like, oh my god, this game's $2. After buying it, I see the word trial. So
yeah,
WoW was technically one of my first like computer games.
And it was also like the first. It was the first computer game me and Trip ever played together. Yay!
Yay!
And
Years of addiction.
And now, 6 years later, or well, 5 years later, of playing the game, still playing the game, because it was a gift. Oh, look how cute it is.
Got a splitting headache.
Car. It looks like it was scanned, doesn't it? Alright. That is done.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
think
Variell
it's
likes
done.
it.
Okay. You gotta save it.
It's the one that killed Ewok. It lost its hand in Ewok's tummy because another lurker ate its hand off while he was eating. And then Ewok fell out here.
Ew.
Because he ain't got no tummy. So it just kind of went...
Okay, you gotta save it so that you can... There we go.
Okay.
Now we will make Benzymes. Yay!
Yay! He wants a Minecraft Nether Dragon.
Yay!
This color.
Minecraft Dragon! Yeah! I don't actually know what the Minecraft Nether Dragon is. I forget.
We need his platform. Okay,
I think
the
you made
Nether.
it too big.
That. But now we're in the Nether. Nether.
In the Nether.
And then I'll use purple to make the pillars.
So Benzyme's question was, where's the dragon?
I'll be there.
Okay. Benzyme's question is, America, is it as dumb as the rest of the world thinks it is? I'm gonna answer that in the best way I can think of without pissing everyone off.
I'm gonna answer that in the best way I can think of.
I would say yes and no in some ways, because being America and being what we are like advancing in some ways. Like, we are not stoning gays and lesbians to death like other countries do and stuff like that. So in that sense, we're doing pretty good. But for the most part, people are pretty dumb. And it's not even necessarily just Americans that are dumb, though. Like, I feel like the world is getting dumber. Like, and people are like, oh, I blame like social media and I blame technology and blah blah blah. I don't think technology is making us more stupid. I think people are just getting more stupid in general. Because like the stupid people keep breeding and the smart people aren't breeding. So we just keep getting more and more stupid people. But I could go on an entire rant about the things.
Go ahead, this is gonna take a little.
About the things I think that are stupid about America, but I'm gonna try to do it without pissing everyone off and getting our YouTube video like banned because of what I say. Even though this is all opinion, free speech, and I'm not gonna be spewing any hate speech or anything, so we can't get it banned for that. This is all my opinion. So disclaimer. I don't know how much more I can say to basically try to cover my butt, but I think the fact that Trump is a presidential candidate can pretty much sum up a lot of what it makes America dumb. Is like
candidates,
literally,
they all suck.
I'm pretty sure he was saying that I don't remember exactly what was going on, but before I left my house today, I was on Facebook and I saw a thing on Facebook that there was some interview or something with Trump about some guy from the KKK.
He wouldn't disown the KKK or something.
Yeah, something like that, which means he was. Does that mean that he was part of the KKK? Like, is that what that means? Or what's going on with that? But, like, some of the things he said perfectly demonstrate how stupid some people are. Like, how he said to the media and just, like, I think it was during a speech or something somewhere. I don't remember exactly where he was saying it, but he said, oops. Oh, it didn't connect right there next to said that his followers are so loyal that he could go to Wall Street and shoot somebody and not lose any of his voters. There is something wrong with a presidential candidate if they are saying that they could shoot people and not lose voters, and probably be correct in saying that because his supporters are just that fucking stupid and crazy.
Shots fired to all rip viewers that like Trump.
Because, and basically, 95% of any issue he's talked about since he's been a presidential candidate, he has basically completely flip-flopped everything he said up till now. Like, in one interview, he'll say one thing, and then in another interview with somebody else, say something that's the exact opposite. And so, like, how are we supposed to... Not connected on the bottom. Right there. Yeah.
I learned it, Anna.
So, like, how are we supposed to, like, believe anything he says if he's flip-flopping? Oh, and also, perfect example of some of his dumb followers. Not that everyone that supports him is dumb, but a lot of the people that do are very dumb.
You can fool a lot of people a lot of time, but you can't fool all the people some of the times.
No, how it goes.
I made it up.
So I don't remember which news media was interviewing people.
That's what Abe Lincoln said.
But some newscaster was interviewing a guy that was at a Trump support rally type thing, and they were talking about building the wall to keep Mexicans out of the United States. And the interviewer was like, oh, how are we gonna pay for the wall? Like, who's gonna pay for that? And he's like, oh, we'll make the Chinese pay for it. Like,
that doesn't make sense.
It'd be so easy to get the Chinese to pay for it. And the guy in the interview's like, don't you mean the Mexicans? Because it's on the Mexican border. And he's like, yeah, whatever, fuck people. Some other people will pay for it. He doesn't even know the difference between Mexico and China. How stupid are you?
This just turned into a hate Trump thing.
If it was any candidate, I'd be saying this. Not just because it's Trump. It's because if anyone was this stupid, I'd be bashing them.
I think the biggest
Nothing
thing
personal against
to
him,
show how
it's
America
his beliefs.
is as stupid as everyone thinks it is, the Kardashians.
That too.
And their
Literally,
dirty blood money.
Their money came from the O.J. Simpson trial, which we were just talking about last night with
That's
Bob.
why I brought it up.
That's how they got a lot of their money, and also because Kim K leaked her own sex tape. But we'll not talk about that. How come you put in between the first wing black, but not the second?
I'm getting to it.
Okay. So, if it was any candidate, I'd still be saying this, because anyone who thinks this stuff is stupid. But Why spend billions of dollars on a fucking wall that's really not going to make a difference? Because people will still find a fucking way in.
I'm just putting stars in the back.
When we could be spending that money on, like education system, healthcare system, etc., like all the things that need funding but aren't getting it because the money is going towards stupid fucking shit like pointless wars or some
Somebody once told me,
pointless
world is
wars
gonna roll.
or to a wall that's really not going to make any difference. Let me cover
Yes.
extra bits. Okay.
Okay.
That was anyway, but yeah, so what was I gonna say?
Long story short, America is as dumb as everyone.
For the most part, yes. America is pretty freaking dumb and not even just since Trump was announced as a presidential candidate, but even before that, just in general, some of the things that happen with this country, like uh, companies using the loophole of, oh, we're religious, so we don't want to offer healthcare coverage for birth control for women, even though preventing pregnancy isn't the only use for birth control. Um, when all of those companies cover Viagra but do not cover birth control. What the
Because
fuck kind of
that's
sense
needed.
does that make? So,
Then you
preventing women from getting pregnant unnecessarily, and the funny thing is that they're all against abortion, but if you just would provide birth control, they wouldn't need abortions. So, makes sense there, right? But they won't provide coverage for women to not get pregnant or to control their periods and acne, that's another use for it, or to control other hormonal things. But they will cover Viagra for a guy who can't get it up or can't keep it up for that. Like, what kind of sense does that make?
I'm gonna get sued or something for this video.
That's why I said this is all my personal opinion at the beginning, and I'm not like hating on any specific race or gender or whatever. I'm hating on Trump specifically and anyone who shares similar beliefs because I do not agree with those beliefs. Not about, because there's, I'm sure, white people, black people, gay people, blah blah blah, that have similar thoughts, and I do not agree. I
I
think their
hate
thoughts are stupid.
all of humanity equally.
So, yeah. Point being, yes, for the most part, America is as dumb as the rest of the world thinks it is. And I didn't even get into like all the. I mostly was talking about like social things and political things. I didn't even touch on religion
Oh,
or any
please
of the
don't.
other stuff.
Please don't.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not going
what
to,
about
but.
that airline food?
And we didn't even get into a lot of other topics on that.
And never will.
And yeah, so. But again, a lot of other countries in the world have similar problems going on because people are fucking stupid. I think it basically just boils down to people are stupid. Humans are stupid. I'm not saying that I'm not stupid, but at least I'm not sharing those same idiotic, makes no sense
If you guys
ideals.
think people are stupid, let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments what you think. But yeah, so and it's America is one of the biggest offenders of stupidity, but there are some other countries in the world who are doing some pretty stupid stuff as well. And uh yeah, I think it just boils down to most people are stupid.
Any guy.
Is that how big the Ender Dragon?
Oh, this is an Ender Man.
Oh. Is that how big an Enderman would be compared to the
Pretty
dragon?
much.
Seems like a kind of small.
It is a little bit small.
Okay. Alright, well, I think that about wraps it up. There's Benzyme's beautiful painting.
I will be sending
I think
these
it's cute. So he'll be
pictures.
sending the pictures to you guys directly and also be uploading the video to YouTube. And I'm sure giving you the link to it so you can see it once
Yes.
it's up. So you guys can hear our answers, your questions, which I just finished talking about. So this makes no sense to be saying you will be hearing it because you just did. But yeah, so that's it. So see you for next time's
See you
Q&A
next
slash
month Q&A.
painting. Yay! Bye, everyone!
Bye. There will be a link to Gamewisp in the description for any YouTube peoples.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.